Hey preppers, Rich out here, out in the boonies once again. Hey, this is a kind of an important video, and a lot of it is, as we always, talk about, we talk about knowing your surroundings. Well, the title of this video is Taking Back Roads to Bug Out. Now, obviously, this is a major back road. We are in the middle of nowhere, really, in the forests of Illinois. I know that sounds crazy, forests of Illinois, but there are quite a few forests in Illinois, northern part of Illinois. But what this video is, what I want to key in on situational awareness and bugging out. Now, obviously, you're not going to have to bug out most of the time. You're going to be sheltering in place. But this, I want you to think about, all right? When we talk about situational awareness, you need to know what's going on around you, not only around your home, around your neighborhood, your town, your state, weather, civil unrest, and all that kind of stuff. And being on top of, if you can get out on time, ahead of the curve, you can take the fastest route, and that's highways and expressways and stuff like that, and you can get out, you can bug out, because there won't be the traffic, there won't be the people leaving. But as you wait longer and longer, those roads are going to get backed up, because people nowadays, they don't really rely on maps, they rely on their phone, okay? So their phone's always going to show them the fastest way. In the beginning, it will show them expressways, and then it will start going off to side roads. What you want to do is know those side roads ahead of time so you can turn off in case something happens. Like if you're going down a main highway and all of a sudden it's blocked, say, by another major metropolitan area, you should have maps with you to show you around. Now, in the beginning, maybe your phone will work fine. Maybe you'll be in an area where your phone doesn't work at all, and you'll want those maps. I always suggest that you have, wherever you live, you have the map of your state and the maps of the states around the state you live in, and if you have a specific location where you're going to bug out to, those states along the route. All right, that's something I also want to key in on when having to bug out. You need to know where you're going, 1, 2, or 3 different places, just in case you can't get to 1, you can get to number 2. If you head that way and you can't get, you got number 3. You got some choices to get there. But know where you're going, know the area. If possible, for some of you that have vacation homes, say, way out in the boonies, and you've been there for a while, another key factor is you know the people that live there. All right, if you're going to an area that nobody knows you, they're not going to treat you as well as the people that they know when they come into the area. Plus, if you're ahead of the curve, they'll say, oh, it's just a tourist coming through, he's going to check things out. If it's behind the curve, they'll go, oh, here comes another guy and another family and another one. Okay, you're not coming through our town anymore. All right, we're shutting it down, and nobody's coming through. But before I get ahead of myself, let me go over some of my notes here that we talked about with taking back roads. The quick way may also be the most dangerous way. People may be out there on the highway targeting people. And it also may be where you get into a traffic jam and you're stuck and there's no place to go, and people want your vehicle because you got the stuff. Another thing, when you pack, don't look like you've got a lot of stuff and you know what you're doing. Back roads are best to avoid the masses, but be prepared to spend more time getting to your bug out location. It's obviously going to take longer. You're going to be going through small towns. You're going to be, in the winter, you may have to back up because roads aren't plowed and stuff like that. So that's going to mean more water, more food, watch for fuel, carry extra fuel if you need to, depending on where you're going, and other essentials, because you're not going to find a Walmart down this road right here. You're not going to find a Target. Hopefully you have all this stuff at home anyhow, and you have your bug out bags and backpacks, and your bug out food and all that set up to where you're going, because you know where you're going. Make sure if you're traveling with someone else, they know how to read a map, use a compass, and view for possible dangers, cars following you, different things, weather coming and stuff like that. Teach your kids how to read a map. It's very important. Most kids don't know how to read a map. We teach that in Scouts, how to read a map and elevation and stuff like that. It's very important. How to orient a map to north and south, very important. Always keep your head in a swivel. Always, you may be traveling down a road like this and there's nobody, but keep your eye open. Don't forget about wild animals either. Moose, deer. What's the worst animal that you can hit for your vehicle at a clip? Is a pig. That pig will roll your vehicle over. Now, I'm not going to say you're going to meet wild pigs up in this area, but down south, there's a lot of wild pigs down there. So be careful. Keep your head on a swivel. Okay, if you need help, you have a better chance of getting it in a rural area, but not always. People in rural areas are really friendly. Take my word for it. Growing up, we had a cottage in Michigan that was a very rural area, and the farmers and the local people, they were always happy to come out and give you a hand and fix things and show you things how to do. But as more and more people evacuate, that's going to get less and less, and they're going to start saying, where are these people coming from? Who are these people? Again, we go back to having some kind of a relationship with the people where you're bugging out to. Is very, very important. And just driving through, just getting to where you got to get, that's very important, and if you plan to have emergency caches along the way, it is easier to hide them in a rural setting. Think of all the different places you can hide an emergency cache. Extra ammo, maybe a firearm that you couldn't get. Maybe you left your office and you don't have anything with you. All right, your family's gone ahead of you, and they're getting there, but you don't have much to get where you need to go. So your emergency caches along the way are very, very important. It's a lot easier to hide them here than in a city setting or even a suburban setting. That's really important. Take the time to print your route, or have, like I said before, printed maps of your state, surrounding states, and the travel that you're getting to, where you're gonna go. County maps are best because they really get down to the smaller back roads, which are really gonna come in handy. If you are biking or hiking, stick to the back roads, and pay attention to traffic. If traffic's, on this side road, all of a sudden a car comes by, I would kind of move off the road, just keep your eye, and when they go past you, turn around and watch them. All right, be aware of your surroundings at all time. I sure wouldn't hike down a highway or an expressway. You're a sitting duck for whatever. You got a backpack, maybe you're hauling a trailer or a wagon or whatever with stuff. Yeah, stick to the back roads if you're doing that. Like I said, one of the biggest factors in getting where you need to be is, are you the first to bug out, or are you in the mass evacuation turmoil? And this mass evacuation turmoil, this is, traffic and rations along the way. Have their rations been eaten? But you already have your food to take with you. You have extra food. You don't have to worry about that. Friendliness of locals, we've talked about that before. Get to know them. And fuel. Fuel will run out in these gas stations quickly. Keep your tank filled. Obviously, it's winter time here. No less than 3/4. All right, and have extra fuel back at home. Obviously, if you're ahead of everyone, the quickest way to go is, like we said before, the expressways and tollways and stuff like that to get you out of here. How do you get out ahead of the herd? Be prepared. Prep. You and your vehicle, have it prepped. Be aware of your surroundings and what is going on outside your immediate area. You have to think about, maybe your immediate area hasn't affected yet, but where you're going is, or in between where you're going is. You need to have a way around all that. Just planning. You have to think about this stuff. I hope you never have to bug out. I really do. I hope you don't, but you have to think about this. Think about the long lines of people that evacuated, hurricanes coming, or nor'easters when they get out and want to get out and not have to deal with it. Again, multiple areas to bug out to. Purchase all your maps now. Don't wait. All right. go online. It's the best way to do it. You can bundle maps. You know, it's very easy. You know, hey, if you buy this, this, and this along with it for a reduced price, it's always good. Or you can either Amazon or whatever, or go directly to the map companies and get it right from them. Get your family on board with this. Let them know what's going on. Let them know. We have a bunch of videos that address, you know, getting the clan together. Also, having your family prepared. If you're not there, do they know what to do? Are your bags marked? All right. What you do if your kids are in college and you have to get them? Where's your meeting point? What are you going to do? Do they have a bag? Do they have a way to get to where you're going? You know, have a plan and work that plan. It's very, very important. We've talked about that before. Remember, a plan is just a plan until it's tried. I think there were a couple of military leaders, I can't remember who it was, that says we could have the greatest plan in the world until the first bullet is fired, and then all heck breaks loose because everything changes. Same thing with fires. We would change our plan. We knew when we came up what we were going to do, but it had to change on a basic. Be flexible, be ready. Visit and know the area you are going to. Find those less traveled direct routes, get maps. I can't say get maps enough because you don't know if your phone's gonna work, your phone's gonna die. You don't know if they're gonna shut off GPS depending on what it is, because remember, GPS is run by the military and the government. If they want it, they'll shut it off, okay, in certain areas, or they'll adjust it. And you might be not pinpointing where you wanna go as you need to go. So, you know, that is a lot of this. We've got some other videos about bugging out. They're really good videos. But this is just, I hope, like I said, I hope you never have to do this, but this is something that you have to think about. You have to think about getting the family together. You have to think about having enough food. You have to think about where you're going, how you're gonna get there, what roads are available. Are there supplies where you're going? If you've got a cottage, put some of your 25-year life, you know, rations up there. Have water up there. Have it set up. Have clothes up there so you're not taking a bunch of stuff with you. You know, if you don't have someplace, you can also think about relatives. One of our closest thing for us to do is get out of the downtown area where we live, or the suburban area, and get out to the country where our kids live. That would be step number one. We have stuff there. They have stuff. I've made sure that they have stuff. So planning, prepping, thinking about it, making plans on what you're going to do, and do those plans and get stuff and get the family on board. And that's about it. So subscribers, thank you very much. We appreciate you subscribing. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. It's we have a lot of videos. We have 200 and some odd videos are out there. We have a lot of playlists that you can go to. So if you're looking for one specific thing, like bags, like bugging out, like ammunition, going to the range, learning how to shoot, all different kinds of playlists that you can go to. So as we always end our video with a big thank you, and also, and this video is key to it, be aware of your surroundings, what's going on around you, people-wise, weather-wise, you know, just keep your eyes and head on a swivel. Also, please have at least 72 hours of bug out food and water per person so you can get where you need to get. Also, 3 to 6 months of food and water per person if you're going to shelter in place. And please do me a favor, prep like your life depends on it, because it really does. Thanks a lot. Take care. See you next time.